Hey, what's going on? Kerry Sullivan here with another How to Kick Ass in Sales. You know, one of the things that happens a lot in life in sales is you could be put in a stressful situation and you're not really sure how to act. You could throw it in and most people would understand given the certain adversities you might be facing or going through. And it's in those times that we develop that character. So I'm actually going to share a personal story of something that just happened to me. So I have my dog, who some of you have seen in some of my past videos, and yesterday she got really sick. She was puking and her stomach was swollen, and I didn't really know what to do. And one of my friends was supposed to watch her for the night because I was supposed to go and race in a triathlon, which I wanted to get a top 3 overall in. And so my dog's sick. She's puking all over the place, and I could tell she didn't feel that good. She was whimpering, and so I was like, all right, I'm gonna bring her to the vet, right? But the situation was that I needed to go to check in to this race the day before the race. So by taking her to the vet, that wasn't going to happen, right? So I was like, damn, I really need to do this race. And I've been preparing for this race basically since December, and we're into April now. So good 5 months or whatever, right? And I've been counting on it and everything else. So I ended up being with my dog until pretty late at night. They did x-rays and tested everything else out, and she basically had a blockage in her stomach, and she needed to go in for surgery right away, or she was gonna die. So I was stressed. She's my everything, right? So I don't have a girlfriend or kids or anything like that right now, and so she is my everything, right? And so I was like, okay, we're gonna go and do that, but at the same time, I need to go and win this race. So my first priority, and so I'm sitting there and I'm stressing out, right? And I'm thinking, what is the best thing to do here? And what I did is, and it worked effectively for me, and I think it could work effectively for you, is that in that time I could have easily just started packing things in and making excuses and started slacking in certain ways and whatever it may be. And I decided, no, I want to make decisions based upon me being the best I can be, the absolute best man in my vision, my ideal self, right? So I pictured myself in my full potential. What would that person do? And I said, no, I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna make this happen. Everything's gonna work out, and whatever it may be. So I stayed with my dog, and I stayed up pretty late because she had to go into surgery. Ended up being late, and I was just like, all right, so she's gonna need to stay at the vet all tomorrow anyway. Right? They're like, yeah, we're gonna watch her all tomorrow and make sure she's okay. So I could go race during that race because I've been planning for this forever. I knew she's gonna be in good hands for there. So once I found out my dog was okay, I was like, okay. And then I started working. I was like, okay, how can I get into this race? Because I missed the check-in, right? So fortunately, I knew a few people, pulled a few strings. I was able to check in the morning of the race. I was supposed to go up to do this race, spend the night before this race because it's kind of far away. So I woke up at 2:45. I had some breakfast and whatever, got my stuff together, drove up to the race, checked in, got in, banged out the race, and it wasn't a great result. I'm pretty sure I got top 10, one of the top 3. But it was interesting because the whole time I was so thankful because I knew my dog was going to be okay. The veterinarians did a great job. They kept in touch with me and whatever it may be. But one of the things that helped me, and I'm happy that I did it, was I made decisions based upon me being the best I could possibly be in that whole situation. So for me, that was making sure, first and foremost, my dog was okay before I was able to race, and she came through like a champ. She's doing good. And then I decided, hey, I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to make excuses about having an hour and a half of sleep and not getting the result I want and all that, and missing check-in. I could have packed it in there, but I decided, no, I'm going to do this. I was like, what would a champion do? And to me, that's what a champion would do. And although it wasn't the best result, I feel pretty good about the whole situation, and how it went up, how things all went down. So I just really wanted to share that with you guys. It's something that's worked really effectively for me, and it's something that I've tried to do a lot of the time, but I put that into practice in that stressful situation, and I think it made a big difference, and I think it can help you too. So that's how to kick ass in sales right there, because in sales and in situations in business, we are put in those stressful situations. So give it a shot. Try being your absolute best self in that decision, and make decisions and take actions based on you and your full potential. All right, high fives. All right, we'll see you on the next How to Kick Ass in Sales. Bye-bye.